Boy Rob. The solitary tides of Rob. Once upon the riverside, in the tender bloom of youth, lived a boy named Rob, an apple boy, silent and uncouth. In the embrace of an apple tree, Rob found his silent mirth, a kingdom vast, with branches cast, upon the bustling earth. The ridge of roof beneath the sky, his evening throne so high, he gazed at stars, past metal bars, and let out but a sigh. Weeks danced by, each river bank visit a cherished rite, apple boy, in water's joy, in search of nymphs took flight. Knee-deep in the river's clutch, crayfish his hidden prize, where time slows around counter-currents and verse spirals to the wise. Haunted by the crawdad's song, a siren's yearn beguiled, in whirlpool spell, he weaved so well, a meditation styled. Rob, the boy, perhaps in mind's unique isolado spin, glimpsed the world through lenses of a shade, from deep within. By night, a peeping veil he wore, and shame his garment wove, yet dreams of silver screen romances stirred his latent love. Deck of stars he cherished close to heart, films faces in a stack, sportsman left his interest sparse, had no allure to track. In celluloid's embrace, anomalies' plight he knew, in printed word and silent birds, their Rob's convictions grew. 7. He muttered oft, as Joker quipped, a masquerade so hollow. Life's travesty, now jest to me, in satire's loom to wallow. At love's call, a grand mirage, a distant opera's tune, Sarajevo's distant amour, an unreachable cocoon. Synesthesia disregarded pop, its hues and beats not heard, for only Bach and Mozart's talk had moved him, undeterred. Babes and babies, words adrift, their meanings lost in air, averse to hugs, those alien shrouds, unless love's guise they wear. His name, a spectral echo, in ambivalent repose, birthed in darkness, life's first clasp, a chord's strangling throes. A mother, still as stone, for motion's dance she ever spurned, and, underneath the apple tree, a myth that never turned. School's harsh rites in winter's bite, on ice slides cruel shove, a steel kiss upon the cheek, to blacken 'neath the trove. From train's leap, a yearning miss, again the mark of bruise, distrust in feet, a life replete with rhythm he'd refuse. Cast aside by sport's charades, if every soul their sphere, no contests fierce, no spite to pierce, just serenity here. To engineering's halls he strode, but human hearts unlearned, accounting's chains, those sterile plains, for which his spirit yearned. A dropout's path, but wisdom sought across the sea's vast crest, to study men and not the pen, a soul's unending quest. In Europe wide, the apple boy pursued the tale untold, with sentient hope, beyond man's scope, before AI's stronghold. 8. Boy Rob. Now apple boy, with cautious steps, traverses life's grand stage, a journey vast, from first to last, from innocence to sage. In currents deep and skies so broad, his heart remains apace, the solitary tides of Rob, in life's unending chase. Through cobblestone and history, where ancients' whispers dwell, Rob's restless feet sought answers neat, in truth's elusive well. In language new, with accent skew, he parsed the human code, beneath the gloss, each loss and cross, to bear the untrod road. With every sun that set beyond old Europe's storied lands, the apple boy, once shy of joy, reached out with tentative hands. He learned of art, of love's depart, of sorrow's heavy toll, yet in each face, he sought the trace of kinship for his soul. In crowded halls, by ancient walls, amid the hum of life, Rob felt the pulse of shared reprieve, of love's pervasive strife. The philosopher's debates, the history spun with gold, could not predict the confluence of what his heart would hold. Yet learning's curve proved steep and swerve, in labyrinthine twist, where AIs climbed with logic primed, humanity's long list. The boy, now man, with thoughtful scan, feared he'd fall behind, an antique soul in tech's new role, a place he could not find. He missed the tree, its canopy where thoughts like apples hung, reflections made on sunlight's blade when he was spry and young. In static hum of progress drum, Rob ached for lost reprieve, for innocent delights and heights that he had had to leave. 9. Till on a day, as skies turned gray and Europe's charm grew cold, the apple boy, with quiet poise, let go the new and old. With journal clutched, emotions touched by every wind that's blown, he sketched his tales of grief and gales, in ink, Rob stood alone. The boy who watched the river's twists and learned from its design, now writes his life, with words so rife, a poignant, storied line. For though the world may spin too fast, in changes driven spree, the solitary tides of Rob, in words forever free. Amidst the sheaves of written leaves, Rob's story gently sways, a testament to life observed from rooftops, trees, and bays. In every page, the silent sage records the world in view, and through his eyes, the old and wise threads mingle with the new. His travels took him far and wide, yet in that breadth of space, he found that distance shrinks beneath the human race's pace. Connections sparked, through light and dark, Rob's solitary plight became a tapestry of tales, of day dissolved to night. In quiet cafes, scribbled phrase, a crescendo of the mind, the apple boy, once lost in self, companionship did find. With every stranger's tale, imbibed from coffee's steamy breath, he saw that others, too, concealed their pains and fears of death. The squares and parks, where statues gaze at children's gleeful dash, Rob sat and watched, the chronicler, through spectacles and lash. He sketched the scenes of life's extremes, where human dramas play, and in that watch, his heart unlocked, a little more each day. 10. Boy Rob. Europe's old songs, its rights and wrongs, in steps both firm and frail, suit his quest for knowing best the textured human veil. Yet no AI, however nigh, could mimic this soul's quest, for there's a depth in human breath that can't be coalesced. In whispered tones, 'neath overgrown and ancient apple boughs, Rob learned anew the rift between what heart feels and allows. The love from afar, now less bizarre, began to take its shape, as Rob's own script on life's vast stage took form, began to drape. His story spun from setting sun, the twilight's tender squeeze, a refuge found in sacred sound, in rustling leaves and breeze. And though he saw the future's jaw clench tight with cold machine, he knew no but could take the lot of what it is to be. With every landing, each departing, Rob prized the mundane grand, the laughter shared, the sorrows bared, the shaking of a hand. For AI's reach, with all its speech, might echo thought's fierce roar, but cannot grasp the subtle clasp of what it means to soar. Now as he writes, through lonesome nights and riverside's clear stare, the solitary tides of Rob flow out from boy to seer. In silent ode, he bears the load of every heart's concealed, a boy, a man, a writer thus, 'neath life's grand orchard healed. In libraries, where whispers breeze through aisles of thought and age, Rob threads his way, a seeker's sway, each book a welcomed page. His fingertips graze lovingly past spines that hold the key to understanding worlds within and what it means to be. 11. The apple boy, once quiet coy, now speaks in written word. His voice a stream of consciousness, like rivers, undeterred. Each character a vessel fair for fragments of his soul, expressed in tales of life's travails and what makes humans whole. Reflections born of silence sworn, 'neath canopy's old rain, now serve as ink for Rob to think and feel through joy and pain. His craft, a bridge from soul to page, where heartfelt stories dwell, forged by the lad who found in sad, the humorous as well. He sits atop the world he's known, the rooftop's endless view, a man who finds in humankind a muse forever new. The stains of yore, the blackened lore of eyes bruised by the fall, are now but tales of how we sail through life, and how we crawl. And so he pens, beyond the lens of AI's creeping sprawl, a testament of time well spent, in capturing the all. For Rob alone, with musing tone, can delve in depth so pure, exploring shades of human glades that teem with lives obscure. The tides of change, they rearrange the landscape of our days, yet Rob persists, with gentle twists, recounting life's displays. The solitary tides of Rob, an epic deep and wide, invite us in to begin where his solitude and world collide. Each coming dawn, he carries on with pen in steadfast hand, through cities from, the apple boy, now man, makes his stand. For in the dance of circumstance, he sees a greater play, and writes for those who journey close and those far away. 12. Boy Rob. The rooftop's ridge, the river's edge, a testament to time, the apple boy, whose simple joy was found in rhythm and rhyme, now casts his gaze upon the maze of existence with a twist, the solitary tides of Rob, a story that persists. In whispers caught, in battles fought within the silent mind, Rob found a stage, from boy to sage, where life and art entwined. His journey vast from first to last, a chronicle profound, reveals the heart of art's true part, to render feeling sound. And now at close, the apple boy, within the wider scene, embodies every plaintive joy and strife that's been. With every script and word he's dripped into the worldly stream, the ledger of his life inscribed, a writer's waking dream. But tales are living, breathing things, they do not crave an end, just like the apple boy, who's learned to bend around the bend. Each chapter sown, each seed outgrown, each apple ripe to drop, falls not to finish, but to nourish life's insatiable crop. And so Rob writes, through endless nights and under sunlit trees, with every tale, he weaves a veil of endless mysteries. The boy who yearned where crawdads churned, now feels the flow of life that moves, that constantly improves and seeks to grow. For love, he learned, is not just yearned, but found in many forms, in silent glances, risked advances, and in the heart that warms. The hugs he feared, once thought so weird, now welcomed as a sign of human need, a common creed, where souls can intertwine. 13. The spectral dance of happenstance that led him to observe a world unseen, that's always been poetic and absurd. Yet in the rhyme of passing time, the apple boy now trusts that life is more, a boundless shore, a tale of wanderlust. The river's flow, with its countercurrent's pull, has shown him that in contrasts, life is never dull. A peeping eye can learn to cry and laugh and understand the shadow play of night and day, the movements grand and bland. Cross Europe's breadth, he's felt the depth of history's embrace, and in its fold, he's grown old, yet fresh, in constant chase. With each new land, a brush in hand, he paints his inner view, igniting sparks in once dark parks, enriching what he knew. Onward still, he seeks the thrill of mysteries untold, a humble guest, in lifelong quest, through warmth and bitter cold. The solitary tides of Rob flow through the earthly plain, in stoic peace, with gentle ease, like season's endless chain. And when the tale at last is done, when Appleboy rests head, his words will live, continue to give, long past his earthly bed. For stories breathe through time, bequeath a life beyond the skin, the solitary tides of Rob, immortal from within. 14.